Happy St. Patrick's Day to you people. That was the most fucking fucked up Irish expression I've ever fucking even attempted. But what's going on, guys? Happy St. Patrick's Day. It's your boy HBK Just, and I'm back. And I bring you guys some game of some Domination on Havana. This game I just got, I believe, the day before yesterday, or actually, no, I got it yesterday. But I wanted to, do it, show you guys real quick. Normally I keep these games for a while because I have a whole lot saved up. But I wanted to get this out there because I liked it. I don't know, there was something about it that I really liked the gameplay. One, I was rushing a lot, and I'm not really the pro rusher. I'm normally play defensive a little bit, but I rushed around a little bit. I was using pretty low kill streaks, just UAV, napalm, and Blackbird. And I don't know, it was a pretty fun gameplay, mostly gun kill. So I thought you guys would enjoy it. What I want to talk to you guys about, what the topic of the day is, basically, I had to sit here and think a little bit because I didn't know if I wanted to open up this much to you guys. But what I wanted to talk about is basically, if you're in a situation, like what boundaries do you have when it comes to a friend? Some friends that some people would say, oh, I'll kill for, I'll die for, I'll do anything for, what have you. But then some friends you have is like, okay, I would do this, but I wouldn't do, so much. Would you fight for your friend? If your friend was getting the hell beat out of him, like say if he was getting jumped, will you jump in, knowing right away, right off the bat that if you did jump in, you'll get the living shit beat out of you? Would you do that for a friend? Like what boundaries do you have when it comes to that friend? So this is one of the questions I definitely want to ask you guys, and hopefully we can discuss it in the comment section. I remember it was a time where it was just a lot of things going on where I lived at, and a couple of friends of mine was just having beef with each other or whatever. One specific situation that comes to mind is I remember in my first apartment, it was me and a couple of boys of mine. I stupidly rushed in here. It was just me and a couple of boys of mine, and we was chilling in my first apartment. And what I used to do, we used to have a lot of game night. I'm sorry if you hear the Emblems and stuff like that and people outside. It's really nice today. I live in New York City. It's loud. It is what it is. But I apologize for that. But hopefully you guys, that don't bother you guys too much. But anyway, what I like to do in my house a lot, well, what I used to do, not anymore, but what I used to do in my house a lot is just have game night. I used to play, we used to play board games, play spades a lot, and card games and things of that nature. I'm extremely good at spades, but what my boys used to do is play for money, quite stupidly. But that's one of the things I didn't like doing, because a lot of times when you play for money, people get their feelings hurt. People don't like it. It's a lot of bad things can come from when you do things for money. So with that said, it was a specific situation where I was on a team with my friend and two other friends on the other team, and we beat them. And I think something happened where the guy on the other team that lost didn't want to pay, my friend. He didn't have to pay me because I wasn't paying I wasn't playing for money, but he didn't want to pay my friend, my partner. And he was like, oh, why the fuck you don't want to pay me? It's fair, it's square. A bet is a bet. No ass betting. That's what they used to call it, no ass betting. God damn fucking ice cream trucks. Can't you see? I'm trying to do a freaking commentary. But I'm going out. That's what I'm saying. It's really nice to hear. I'm about to go out, but I wanted to get this video out to you guys, so I just figured I'd just commentate and knock it out. So anyway, so the guy, my friend, was saying, oh, no ass betting or what have you. Basically it's just no reneging on your bet. If a bet is a bet, it's basically set in stone. So if you did do something like that, it's like what the fuck, you're a punk, you're a bitch. Anybody that does that is basically a bitch. You know what I mean? So what happened is that they really got into it, and long story short, they basically ended up started fighting. Not in my house, but they they took it outside literally, and they just started fighting each other. And it was a one-on-one fight. And it was them two fighting, and me and my other friend was outside, make sure that they don't really hurt themselves. But they was literally trying to beat the living shit out of each other. And I remember it was raining. It was around 1-2 o'clock in the morning. It was crazy. It was crazy. But these guys that was outside literally beating the shit out of each other, these two big dudes or whatever. So when it after a while they broke it up or whatever. Well, me and my other friend, we broke it up. And he was like, listen, I don't give a fuck, I'm gonna fuck you up the next time I see you. The guy that didn't want to pay the money, he was saying, listen, I'm gonna fuck you up the next time I see you. You better not come over to my, around where I live at no more. And if you come, I'm beating the shit out of you, and I'm beating the shit out of your sister. I don't give a fuck, I hit girls too. It was crazy. Like, it was really crazy, you know what I mean? And I was in a position where, I could have done a lot. I could have really, spoke to them. I said, listen, this is not the way to go about things, But I guess the question is, like, what do you, what do you do in that situation? Do you step in and try to, be the mediator? Or do you try to step away and let them do what they got to do and leave it alone? Because at the end of the day, these are two grown men, maybe you should mind your business, right? But let's say if you're in a situation, what happened the next day or I think a week or so later, my friend got jumped, and he ended up getting, got jumped by a couple of guys, and he ended up getting the hell beat out of him. I wasn't there, but another friend of mine was there, but he didn't jump in. Is that guy a friend? Now, if he would have jumped in, who knows what would have happened? He would have got the hell beat out of him too. Who knows, anything could have happened. So my question today is, I guess you could say is, what would you do? Like, if you're a true friend, would you put yourself on the line, essentially maybe even put your life on the line? Because anything can happen when you're in a fight. You could get hit real hard in your head. Somebody could hit you over the head with something. You could get a fucking concussion. You could even die. Who knows? Anything can happen in a fight. That's why it's a fight. Anything can happen. So, it's not just sometimes, oh, you punch me, I punch you, or we walk away fine. Sometimes it doesn't work that way. Sometimes you could get seriously hurt. So if that's your friend, would you put yourself on the line and put yourself out there and risk your life, essentially? Or would you try to stand back and say, okay, it's none of my business? Because, in a way, I guess, is there any right answer to this? Because I don't know, this plagued my mind a lot. I was always the type of person that if something happens to my friend, I'm going to jump in regardless. And there's been situations, I just dropped my phone. There's been situations where I have jumped in and, I didn't let something like that happen. If something's going on with my friend, I'm not going to just stand by and idly watch. I'll jump in, I'll make sure that my friend is okay, and, I'll just do what I got to do. Now, it's been a situation like that where it's, you really got to put yourself on the line in that situation, and it's just really crazy. So I don't know, it's really it's not a cookie cutter question. It's really difficult to answer, and there's really no right answer to this. You're not a punk if you decide not to jump in. You're not a punk if you're not a hero if you do decide to jump in, because it's like I said before, anything can happen in that situation. Anything can happen. You could risk your life. But my friend didn't jump in, and he really caught a lot of grief about that. Like, a lot of people around my neighborhood, they really thought of him differently, because they were saying, if you're a true friend, you should help out. But this guy, he has a family, he has his whole life to live. He was going to go away to college. He had a lot of things to live for, and why should you jump in because of that? A lot of things can happen because of that. So I don't know. It's a really odd situation. It's really crazy. So what I want definitely ask is, what do you guys, what are your viewpoints on that? What is your opinion? Would you jump in? Would you not jump in? Would you help your friend? And if you're in a situation where you've seen something like that happening, what would you think of that person? Anyways, getting close to the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to give it a like. It really helps my channel grow. Definitely follow me on Twitter. A lot of you guys shoot me a lot of messages. The best way to hit me up is on Twitter. The link will be in the description. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I believe I went 44-6, something like that. I don't know. I really like the gameplay. So hope you guys enjoyed, and have a good day. Talk to you later.